Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Blue Jays Today Show, where we're going to talk about everything that happened in baseball this week, including how your Toronto Blue Jays did on the diamond. I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog, and that's right, guys, we got everything MLB here this evening, specifically zoning in on those Blue Jays who had a phenomenal week, going 4-2 on the road, something that neither of us predicted, and I'm very happy that they proved us wrong.
Yeah.
I was thinking 3-3 was a very, very high achieving thing that we could do.
I predicted the floor of 2-4.
You predicted the floor of 2-4.
2-4.
They proved both of us wrong. It's awesome. They're kicking ass. We're gonna get into all of that. First things first. Goats need to be honored, and Miguel Cabrera is absolutely, surely, 100% a GOAT of this game. He did get his 3,000th hit.
Yes.
There you go. Big shout out to Miguel Cabrera. That's freaking awesome. What's your fondest Miggy memory? You watched this sport longer than I have.
Yeah, Miggy. Definitely the Detroit Tigers run when he first came over there. That was awesome. I remember.
Did you see the Triple Crown year? Did you watch that?
Yes, I watched Triple Crown year. That was incredible. That's a huge one, obviously. But for some reason, when you say what's your favorite Miggy memory, it's when he hit a homer in the All-Star game and he won All-Star game MVP. And the reason why I think it's sticking out to me is because Vladimir Guerrero Jr. got compared a lot to Miggy in terms of his swing, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. also hit a home run and won MVP in an All-Star game.
Yeah, and I mean, they are very similar players, guys, and let's face it, if Vlad can do anything remotely close to what Miggy has done in the scope of his career, then we are absolutely laughing. There was a great article posted on MLB written by Manny Ranhawa, so shout out to Manny for writing this article, basically talking about who was going to be the next guy to hit 3,000. Very fun article. Definitely go check it out. Shout out Manny. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., even though he's 23 years old and only has 390 hits to his name, was a guy that they were looking at because I think he's got 390 hits to his name and he's 23 years old.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's like, this is actually possible for this dude. It could happen.
It absolutely can. I mean, because the question was, who's going to be the first to hit 3,000? Some of these dudes that are way ahead of him might not hit 3,000, right? Like Robinson Cano, for example, I don't think he's going to hit 3,000. Robinson Cano is near the end of his career.
He's 39 years old, guys. He's only roughly 400 hits away. But 400 hits, that's 3 pretty good seasons that you got to put together right now. And at 39, I'm not sure about it.
Right. And then Jose Altuve also on this list. 31 years old for Altuve.
I didn't realize he was that young. I thought he was a bit older than that.
Right.
So he's got a shot.
1783. He's more than halfway there. And he has been known as a hits guy in his career. So if he can stay healthy, I think he's honestly got a probably really good
There's
shot.
There's a shot, absolutely. Yeah. Then looking at some of the other dudes too. You got Trout, you got Harper. Now the problem with Trout and Harper is that they just take so many goddamn walks.
Right.
And that's something that was talked about. It's just it's hard to get 3,000 hits. Yes, they are arguably some of the best hitters in the game, but it's hard to get 3,000 hits when you also take 120 walks every single year.
There goes all those ABs.
Exactly, right. Bo Bichette, for instance, he would not be he'd not be taking those walks. He'd be smacking those if he could, you know?
I mean, that's the funny thing, right? You know, we all look at Vladdy as great offensive year, but who actually led the league in hits last year?
It was Bo Bichette.
It was
literally Bo Bichette.
Yeah.
Now, Vladdy, nothing to scoff at all. I was looking at this. He got 188 hits last year.
Yeah.
And last year, incredible year, right? That is very hard to do. 188 hits. That's a lot of hits. Miguel Cabrera did 188 hits or more 9 separate seasons.
Wow.
9 separate seasons. He got 180, and then there were a few other ones too where he got 180, 181.
Yeah.
It's just literally 9 seasons above that or at 188. So if Vlad wants to get to 3,000, he needs to do what he did last year 8 more times.
Oh my gosh.
And then also have 5 or 6 other years in there where he's pretty good. So
that's pretty hard.
The road ahead is a long one, but hopefully Guerrero can pull it off.
I mean, if I were to say because again, I much as I love Freeman, Machado, Trout, I just don't think Freeman maybe, but I don't think they're gonna get there just because of some of them dealing with injuries.
Yeah.
You know. it's really hard to get base
It's
hits.
very, very hard to get 3,000 hits.
It is very hard, right? So, I mean, if you're going to bet on someone, I might bet on one of the young guys.
I would personally bet on Juan Soto because he is
500?
literally the same age as Vladdy, has 110 more hits than he does at 500. He's 23 with 500 hits. There's literally people who don't even make their debut until they're like 24, 25. He's got 500 at 23. I think that puts him at around the same pace as what Miguel Cabrera was. I was kind of looking at that. So it's like, I'd probably put my money on Juan Soto, but like honestly, there's so many different variables that could happen here to stop them from doing that.
The funny thing is he walks a lot too.
He does walk a lot.
He's on a dead Washington line.
Yeah, but he's just so talented that he also gets the hits too. Juan
Honestly,
Soto might be able to
I'll take that bet as well.
I wish that they had a line on that for Bet365.
Oh god, that bet would last like 20 years.
That'd be like a really slow play bet right there, guys. I was also looking at this list because of Bo Bichette and because he led the league in hits last year, like, well, does he have a shot? Bo Bichette has 303 hits on his career right now, but there hasn't been a lot of those hits coming this season. Right now, Bo Bichette, Bobo go boom boom, what we always love to say. There's not been a lot of boom boom in Bo Bichette's swing right now. A 219 batting average, a 242 on base percentage, a 297 slugging. That's like not very good. All good for an OPS of 539, only one home run and one stolen bag, and like very little to speak of as far as like production goes, which is kind of crazy because he actually leads the American League in ABs.
That's incredible.
The
reason why is because he's not taking many walks.
No.
Like, he took his first 2 walks this week, guys.
Yeah.
His first 2. He had no walks coming into this week where we face Boston and Houston.
Yeah.
That's why he's not getting it. That's why he's got so many hits, like we said. But, like you're saying, this guy's absolutely struggling right now.
Yeah.
And what do you think that, like, Charlie Montoyo or the hitting coach, like, or even the defensive coach, Luis Rivera, what do they need to do with Bo Bichette now that he's struggling? He made an error today. I want to put a little cherry on top of this. He made an error today. He made 3 errors this week. Not looking as confident, looking like he's in his head.
Yeah, well, I think the first thing is that we need to start working ourselves into hitter-friendly counts. I was reading a great article about Bo Bichette. I'm sorry I did not write down who it is that I could shout out. But basically, when he was at 54 ABs, he's roughly 10 more than that right now, at 54 at-bats, he had not had a single 3-0 count or a single 3-1 count.
Wow.
He had not had that one time in the entire season. I think he's got 1 or 2 of them at this point now. But that's just not good enough. Like, obviously, it's going to be really hard for you to get hits and to get on base when you keep going down 0-1, 0-2. Like, it's hard to battle your way back in that. So I think Bo Bichette needs to start working himself into hitter-friendly counts, maybe taking a few more pitches off the top, and then seeing if we can work some magic when it's 1-1, 2-1, whatever.
We got to ask the question, though, right? I mean, we saw it today. Maybe there's some recency bias in this, but, like, what are the pitchers doing to Bo Bichette? They're throwing him first pitch strikes, fastballs, right there. Like, and granted, some of them are pretty competitive. They're on the edges, but they are throwing them right there. And yeah, I mean, he could take it and like let it take a strike, but Bo Bichette needs to learn to hit that first pitch. Right? Just like what the Jays were doing last year as a team collectively, hitting the first pitch. And Bo Bichette did that a lot as well as Vlad.
Which is so crazy for me that this is a problem for him now, because Bo Bichette is probably the biggest free swinger that we have on this ball club.
Right.
And when it just comes to an overall standpoint of like literally like contact, like baseball bat to baseball, I would argue that he's maybe even the best on the team for that.
Right.
So far this season, that has not been the case at all.
I think he needs to get his timing back.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like, because we're
not even remotely close to the timing that we need to be at.
The timing doesn't look there, and what he needs is that hot stretch where he is attacking those first pitches, and then the pitchers go, okay, he's coming after us. He's hot.
Yeah.
He's like 8. He's like 12 for 15 this week.
Yes.
Like, he's destroying first with fastballs. You know what he gets there? He buys himself a slider away for the first pitch.
And then he's going to need to adjust again to work himself into those hitter-friendly counts because, right now, they're giving him the Kevin Biggio treatment.
Yeah, they are.
The Kevin Biggio treatment, guys, is we're throwing you strikes off the top, and then Bo Bichette just can't seem to catch up to them, can't seem to hit them.
Yeah.
And then they throw him the off-speed change-up stuff outside the zone, and he swings out of his ass. He's totally striking out on 3-4 pitches, which just cannot be happening.
Yeah.
219 batting average right now, OPS that's in the garbage can, basically. At what point do we need to, like, move him down the lineup? At what point do we need to really evaluate this? when do we need to start being worried about the whole season? I'm not worried about Bichette as a long-term player or anything like that. I want to put that out there. I still think he's going to be an incredible MLB stud.
Yeah.
But at what point do we need to, like, change something up here?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say first things first, what I want to see is I want to see him get benched. I want to see a day off. Like, there has to be a day off, and you have to tell Bichette, like, this is why we're doing it. Like, and I think Bowman would expect it coming.
Yeah.
He's expecting it to come. To move him down the lineup, now, Charlie Montoya loves his lineup, and he very rarely was shifted a lot. Kind of like the New York Yankees, he rarely does that.
Yeah.
If he moves you, he's moving you for a purpose, and this would be a purpose. Vlad doesn't move, right? There's an opportunity for Bo to go back to that 4 spot.
Yeah.
There's opportunity to him move down, but we need someone to deserve a spot to go into the 2 spot.
Yes.
So who would that be?
Tough to say right now, man. Tough to say. I know that there were a few people talking about Tapia potentially going up there just because he is so good with the run, like running the base pass and everything. Granted, I mean, like the contact and the on base still does have some stuff left to be desired.
Right.
I know that there's been some talks about Espinal, and I could see that happening if Espinal, continues to do well. Granted, I really like him in the bottom of the lineup because then in those like 7, 8, 9 innings where we get those guys, we actually have a legitimate shot to score some runs. He's come up very clutch down there for us recently and won us some ball games almost single-handedly.
Yeah.
Who would go there? I don't know.
Yeah, me personally, probably Tapia. He has experience in the top of the lineup. He's batted leadoff when George wasn't like in the lineup in this week. I would say Tapia, number 2. I feel like that'd be an easy slot.
It was so easy when we had Simeon.
It was so easy.
We just knew it immediately. It was Marcus Simeon.
Yep. Chapman being Simeon's quote-unquote replacement doesn't feel like a 2 guy.
I don't want him in the 2 spot. I don't think.
No, I like him in the 6 spot.
Yeah, I like it over
It's a
there.
good home for him.
Yes, absolutely.
Tapia, that's the guy. Help out Bichette. Hopefully better in the 4 spot.
Yeah.
But first of all, I want to see him not in the lineup.
Yeah, and just one more mildly scary statistic for all of you guys is I was looking back at his entire career. This will be, and there are still a few days left, but if the numbers remain the same, this will be by far his worst month of his career ever. So yeah, that's I know that a lot of us were saying like, oh well, he's done this before. He's never actually been this bad to start off.
No, that's a very, very fair point.
A few other guys who are actually kind of shocking us, doing the complete polar opposites of what we'd expected them to do. Zach Collins, numero uno for me, bro. Zach Collins walks in here with a career batting average, career slash line. What is it? It is awful. 203. 315 on base, a 351 slugging, good for a 666 OPS. That's the career numbers, man.
And when we traded for him, I'm like, oh, well, we traded Wanky Reese McGuire, for those who don't know, for a dude who I'm like, oh, even less of a bat. I'm like, well, we just got the options.
We got options on him. We're going to send him down. He's just going to be like going back and forth like that. That's not the case at all, guys. No. Right now, he is just absolutely destroying the baseball. An OPS well over 800. The batting average, like right high 200s. Home runs. We're getting RBIs. We're getting clutch hits, too.
Clutch. Like today, for example, we didn't win the game, but that 3-run bomb
But it was
amazing.
Very important. Had he not been in the lineup, it would not have been that close. We would not have gone to extra innings.
Yep.
Zach Collins is absolutely annihilating this baseball, and it actually is a great problem for us to have, but does lead to some more questions when Danny Jansen comes back.
Right, because when Danny Jansen comes back, he's obviously going to take over the starting role, taking most of the catching duties. They really
like Danny Jansen. Even though we've had some reservations about Danny in the past, the management does love him, and he's very good defensively catching. And even the bat was pretty good to start off.
Granted, exactly. Like when he came back last year in 2021, he was really hot. And then even before he got hurt, was looking like he was continuing that with the dirty hands Jansen.
Yes,
no gloves.
Literally. Dirty hands, bro. Dirty hands. They changed something about him, man.
So obviously he's going to get the starting job.
Yeah.
Right? And then there comes that secondary role that Kirk was kind of doing right off the bat because Collins was acting as our third. But if Collins is hot, doing better than what Kirk is doing, now you don't want to take Collins look bad out of the lineup. You got to put him as a DH.
If Collins is still doing this in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whenever it is that Danny Jansen does come back, there's just simply no way that he can be anywhere but on this team. Yeah. It's impossible, right? It's like, now granted, guys, I'm not going to overreact here. I haven't fully bought into the longevity of Zach Collins
I
yet.
agree too. Yeah,
I have not fully. I can't do that. This is about a week and a half that this guy's decided to be very good at baseball. So I don't know how long this is going to last. But if it does, and if He's doing significantly better than Kirk, who's not doing horribly right now. A .250 batting average, very good on base with .354 right now.
Yep.
He's not doing horrible. But if he's still doing this, it does start raising the questions about, does Kirk get sent to the minors? Does Kirk get traded? What do we do with this? We can't really be having like a catcher as good and as quality as Kirk just like riding the bench the entire season. You know?
No, I agree. And like, Sebastian just said it in the chat. We're live right now, guys. In the chat, Sebastian saying, send down Kirk. In all capitals, pretty enthusiastic. But if it does have to be where, I don't want to waste Kirk's bat. Like, this guy needs to keep hitting.
Yeah.
He's so young, he needs to keep hitting.
I agree.
He's got all the options in the world. Send him to the minors. You know, like, because I don't want to trade him necessarily unless it's for like a big piece that's going to change our season.
Yes.
But I don't want to trade him just because we have Gabriel Moreno coming.
Right.
If someone gets hurt, like Danny Jansen's, like Zach Collins,
It'd
we always
be really
need
nice
someone
to
like
have,
Kirk.
you know, Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
And once again, guys, I know he's gotten off to a bit of a slower start in terms of the power aspect of things, but I still truly believe that he's going to be a very good MLB player.
Yeah.
And we have this guy for like 4 or 5 more years.
Yeah.
Zach Collins, gone after this year.
Right.
You know, it's like we don't have this guy for very long after this. Like, this is it for him. So it's like it would be nice to like hold on to Alejandro Kirk for years to come, unless, like you said, trade deadline rolls around, Gabriel Moreno's killing it in the wings down in AAA, and we're like, holy mother of God, Ryu's just the worst pitcher ever. We need somebody to deal with this. Maybe Alejandro Kirk is a big piece to go out and get another starting pitcher. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you kind of prompted me, and you were bringing this up before. What about trading Zach Collins? He only has 1 year left.
Right.
However, that also means his value won't be as high because he's not as proven on a 1 year deal.
I think that trading Zach Collins is only going to happen if Danny Jansen comes back, he's fully healthy, he looks good.
Right.
Alejandro is doing better than he is right now, like a solid like 750 OPS, just doing like really good stuff as a catching position. And Collins is still doing at least serviceably good, you know, like enough, like good enough that it's like somebody's going to want him, he's going to be an upgrade for another team, and then maybe you can flip him for some value, right? But you need to have pretty much all 3 of your catchers right now doing well, I think, to move on from Collins. And I don't know, I'm not sure if all that's going to happen, but it could. It could. We'll see.
Also, shout out Kirk, 5 for 15 this week.
Pretty damn good week, guys.
333 average.
Pretty damn good week from Alejandro Kirk. You know, I know. We're getting a lot of Kirk hate at everybody, but like he is doing it. It's slow.
Pure singles.
Exactly. Pure singles, but he is doing it. The power is going to come for Alejandro, but maybe he gets shipped off if Zach Collins continues to be elite. Comment down below what you'd want to ship off Captain Kirk for. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, I think we've covered some of the bigger things, bigger storylines in terms of the MLB, the Blue Jays. Let's go through this past week. Exceptional week. 4-2 on the road. We did not predict it. We are happy, and we are really here for it to accept it.
Yes.
Who did what, why, everything.
Let's go. Well, just to sum up the series, 2-1 against the Boston Red Sox and 2-1 against the Houston Astros. We lost the first game against Boston, but we came back and won the next 2. We were going for the sweep today against Houston. We didn't get it. And let's look at some of these pitching performances because the offense wasn't outstanding. Like, in terms of like a typical Blue Jays week where I'm counting up the stats and I'm like, wow, you kicked butt. You kicked butt.
500 average.
500 average. Driving in 8 runs. Hitting 3 bombs.
Not really this week, guys.
No, it wasn't this week. I'll shout out a few people actually just like off top. Guerrero, 9 for 19. Quietly, 9 for 19 with no homers. 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored.
And what's crazy is that feels like a quiet week for Guerrero.
That's a quiet
week. I look
week.
back at this week and I actually don't really remember him, which is maybe like kind of rude of me, but like I actually don't. But it's just good to see that even on those weeks where it's like Guerrero's not making the 3 home run headline performances, he's still out here like slowly but surely performing, picking up 9 hits, like contributing to the ball team.
Dude, and getting on base. I didn't grab his base on balls, but he only had 19 ABs, where compared to like Bichette, he had 24. Right? Lord, 24. So he got some walks.
He probably got a fair bit of walks too. And actually, I'm now thinking about it, he was walked a lot of times in this Houston series because we had Zach Collins behind him.
Right.
And because the Houston Astros were totally undervaluing what Zach Collins could do.
Exactly.
So, he probably took a lot of walks, too.
Exactly. He had a really nice week. Everyone just kind of did their job. Obviously, Zach Collins hitting 2 bombs. Espinal hitting 2 bombs. Funny thing is, Espinal hit 2 bombs and a double, went 3 for 19. So, like, you just had those extra base hits.
Yeah, and they were all extremely clutch.
Yeah,
super
all very
duper
clutch.
And also, too, just a big shout out to Santiago Espinal for
yes.
defensive performances that this guy is doing. Right now, it's not an overreaction to say, like, gold glove, platinum glove performances are coming out of Santiago Espinal. There are plays that are being made over there that, like, Bichette could only ever dream of.
No,
it's it is so overtly clear that, like, this guy and Chapman are head and tails better defensively than anyone else on our team.
Dude, my favorite double play is the 5-4-3 double play. When it goes to Chapman, he throws over to Espinal, bam, back to it was Bichette today, but to Vlad.
Yeah, it's just like, it's so fluid. It's like you just know there's never going to be a problem, right?
Yeah.
And there was a play today as well, guys, where literally Espinal, like, had to range, like, dive for the catch, or like a catch that bounced, grit it, and then, like, he's, like, spinning backwards. It's just throws to first. It was insane.
His momentum was taking him backwards, and he was still able to push off his knee, off his toe and knee, to, like, get the pass and throw in a strike over to Bichette, who was manning first base.
Yeah. Exceptional performance defensively. So Santiago Espinal is, like, doing very, very good.
Also, now that we're talking, we mentioned Bichette a couple times. That play that he made, it was a tough play. But Bichette, when he gets the opportunities to play, even offensively too, it's still looking kind of sad.
It's just like, I know that it's a tough play, but when you're watching a guy like Santiago Espinal come out and do, like, this otherworldly levels of stuff right now, like, way harder plays than that, and, like, just doing it no problem consistently, it's hard to just chalk up that tough play for Bichette as being like, it
should have been done.
Like,
we've seen it happen 1,000 times.
Yes,
Vlad's made that play 1,000 times.
Literally, dude. Like, he was firmly, his feet were planted. He had a grip on the baseball and just missed his throw. You know, and Espinal's out here, like, on one knee, falling backwards, like, literally, the Lord, even though he screwed up, is out here, like, just, like, annihilating a baseball.
That was a nice throw. He threw a dime to Chapman, and Chapman was right there for the perfect tag. That was a great throw to Michael Brantley.
Damn, I'm really upsetting we didn't win that goddamn game.
Oh, that was a great game.
So many good plays involved.
Great
that
game.
For us,
So many great moments. Actually, there was one moment where Romano did get his first blown save.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like it was coming.
I
feel like it was coming, guys, and there are some red flags with Romano. When you look at some of the Sabre metrics here, the batting hour, expected batting average against, all of that, expected ERA, everything like that, they are far higher than what they actually are. So we could be seeing the other shoe falling. I'm not going to overreact, but this week as a whole, he did pick up 2 saves, I think it was.
Yeah.
2 saves that he picked up.
Rocky saves.
But they were rocky.
Yeah.
They were rocky. And then we saw in that last one, too, it's like we got the blown save off the home run.
Yeah.
And, you know, it sucks to happen. I'm still, like, he is still 1,000% our closer. We're going to be riding with him till the end. But we got to just, like, be aware of that this could be a problem in the future.
You can make an argument maybe that he's overworked. Maybe he's literally closed so many games.
This is true.
He's already thrown 9. Well, I guess he didn't complete his inning today, but he's thrown like 8 1/3 inning.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a lot of innings in the early going.
It's just like, it's such close ball games, and you know, like I even make the argument. It's like, oh, well, like, maybe one of those saves, we throw Simber in there, maybe we throw Jimmy in there.
Yeah.
But, like, they're also getting work to crap.
They're getting work because it's close.
It's just like, it's all close games, right? Like, we have to keep working these guys, so you have to keep throwing Romano out there, and it's like, yeah, like, I could see how that could be a problem. So, offense, just smack more dingers.
Smack more dingers.
And Romano will be fine.
Absolutely. And let's transition to the pitchers here. You know, Kikuchi had an okay week. You know, 3 earned runs, 8 2/3 inning pitch. Okay.
Not convincing performance on that second one for
the
me.
First one in Boston, I liked.
Pretty good.
I thought it was
Pretty
very
good,
oh my God, there's potential. A little bit shaky in Houston. We'll see how he bounces back, but he could just be the Steven Matz.
I wonder what the Sabre metrics on Kikuchi are right now.
Definitely got to check those out.
I imagine that they are probably telling us that there could be another shoe to fall, but who knows?
Who knows? Alek Manoah, his worst outing of the year.
Yeah.
6 innings, 2 earned runs,
Despicable.
7 hits.
Despicable. Trade
Gross.
bro.
He got his 3rd W still. He has 3 every game he's pitched. He's got a W. I saw a stat too. 19-4 when the Blue Jays roll out Alek Manoah. We win. We are 19-4.
Yeah, that's pretty good, guys. That's pretty damn solid. And I think I was telling people to do it on the last minute monologue. I'm gonna stick with it. Like, bet Cy Young. Just do it.
Bet the Cy Young.
Bet the Cy Young.
I agree.
You know, it's like whatever the odds are, they're probably good.
I agree. Another good pitching performance. Jose Berrios, 6 innings, 1 earned run.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. We're going to need him, too, this week, because he'll be going twice against some quality lineups in Boston and in Houston. So.
Yes, you will. But there's one pitcher that was really outstanding for the Toronto Blue Jays. One pitcher. What do you think we should do with this pitcher? What do you think we should reward him with?
I think that there is one player on this team that was so overwhelmingly phenomenal that they deserved the coveted J of the Week.
Yes, that's right. The J of the Week, ladies and gentlemen. And that guy, undoubtedly, who is it, Nick?
It was Kevin Gausman, everybody.
Let's go.
You knew that it was going to be. We could have made an argument for Zach Collins. We could have made an argument for Guerrero. I think that they deserve honorable mentions, absolutely. But to see our fresh-faced new pitching acquisition throw 8 innings, give up 1 earned run, and it happened after he left the ball game. The run got scored.
In the ninth.
Yeah, he did win us that game. He dominated the entire way. He could have gone the complete game, too. It's like, honestly, we might have been able to do it if it was later in the season, but he was just so phenomenal, dude, and it really assured me that that is money well spent on Kevin Gausman.
I agree, and, look, that 1 earned run, I mean, it is his earned run. He did let him on.
Yeah.
But Romano pushed him over, and then
yeah.
also put another one. So let's say that never happened.
Yeah.
That's an 8-inning performance of no earned run ball.
Could have been.
Amazing. And now I'm convinced this guy's the dude, because now he's sitting at a solid 2.89 ERA.
That's pretty damn nice.
Man. I like that.
That's pretty damn nice.
And he looked dominant. So J of the Week goes to you in a week where we didn't have much offense, but the pitching really showed up.
Yes, for real, bro. Like, he was awesome, and we just need some more performances from him to come. Transitioning now, switching over to the boys' power rankings. I like this part because we get to rate the teams and talk about how good and bad they're doing. We're doing pretty good, guys. I'll tell you right now. We're going to be moving up a little bit, folks.
Yes.
But before we get into the number 10, because we always just do the top 10, nobody gives a flying doodle about 25th or 26th. I want to give a few honorable mentions to teams that just didn't quite make it. First honorable mention, I think that the Mariners are certainly emerging as a team to be reckoned with. Ty France looks pretty good. That offense looks pretty nice right now. I could see them in a few weeks, if they continue to pick up dubs, they could be on this list.
Could crack it.
The Brewers dropped out. That's more of a statement about the teams that are ahead of them, though, because I still think that they are 9-7, 9-6, or something like that. It's just like there's a lot of good teams right now. I still think that the Brewers are going to end up on this list sooner rather than later. But for this week, they're not in the power rankings. And then last honorable mention.
I wanted the Colorado Rockies are 10-5. I mean, they have a better record than one team that's a few teams actually that are on this list. But it's like, I just don't buy it.
I can't do it.
I don't buy it.
I can't do it.
I can't put Colorado Rockies on the top 10 power rankings.
No, not yet. Honestly, if we get into next week and they're still like kicking ass right now, like if they go like 4-2 this week or like 5-1 or something, they'll be on the list.
Oh yeah.
They'll be on the list. I don't buy it just quite yet, but they're close. They're closing in. With that being said, coming in at number 10 on our power rankings, we got the St. Louis Cardinals. They have a 9-5 record. They've been pretty good, man.
Yeah. Arenado's looking good. Everyone's looking good. I don't know, again, because they're in the NL Central. I'm a Blue Jays in the AL East, so they look good. I mean, I was looking at them last week. I'm like, oh, they're starting to pick it up, and they're leading their division. So that's what's really
they're also fourth in pit, like just ERA as a team right now. So it's like their pitching is certainly putting up when it needs to.
Incredible.
Coming in at number 9, we have the team that we almost swept, couldn't quite get it done. The Houston Astros. They dropped like a stone.
They dropped
this week.
7 spots on our rankings. Yeah. I mean, you got beat by the Jays, and we were behind, so we go ahead. And what's the record now? 6 and
it is
7 and 8.
7-8 right now, and like that's not super convincing, guys. I do imagine that the Houston Astros are going to be an incredible team once again. They will figure it out. But we watched them this past weekend, and like. Their offense, like, it's all kind of spluttering right now. The Verlander is very good. Luis Garcia is pretty good, even though we did put up 5 runs on him.
We killed him today, yeah.
But it's like, this team's just not been super-duper Astro-like to start. They're going to figure it out. But for now, they're number 9.
Yeah. Number 8, we got the Atlanta Braves, who are losing a lot of spots. They dropped 5 spots. Their record's not looking good either.
No, they're 7-10 right now, and they're just not really putting it all together. I imagine this is going to change, though. Obviously, the World Series champs, and pretty much everyone on that lineup is doing pretty good. Like, I own a lot of those guys in fantasy, and like, I don't really understand how they're 7-10, because in fantasy purposes, it's like Olsen's good, Ozuna's good, like
Austin Riley's good.
Austin Riley's good. I'm just like, how are you guys 7-10? But they are 7-10, and we can't really ignore that, so we have to drop them down to number 8.
Yeah, probably the pitching. Who knows?
Probably.
Number 7, we got the San Diego Padres, who weren't even ranked on this list, and they were the team that had the worst record than the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah. They're at 10-6 right now. Still very, very good. They're actually 4th in their division.
Crazy.
It is crazy. If Colorado wants to be good this year, like if they actually are legit, I don't know how, like they win like 85 plus games, that division is going to be very reminiscent of a AL East sort of division. Like you could have a scenario where it's like a team gets 90 wins and does not make playoffs, ends up in 4th spot. Because at 10-6, how the hell are you 4th? I don't understand.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Number 6, we have the Tampa Bay Rays, who are falling more spots. They're falling 2 spots. However, they had a nicer bounce-back week. They went 9-7, but they've fallen because of the teams that are already ahead of them.
Yes, exactly. This is more of a statement as to the other teams that we're going to talk about. The Rays are still a good ball club. I want them to lose more games than they are. They just refuse to. I cannot wait until we play them and just knock them around, show them who the real AL East boss is, because as you guys know, I hate the Rays. I hate the Rays.
I know, and they're getting help, though, from their new young sensation, Wander Franco.
Yeah, Wander Franco's been pretty exceptional for them, and he's going to be there, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., which kind of I hate to admit. Number 5 is another AL East team. We got the New York Yankees. I think for 2 weeks in a row, we put them like 7, 8, 9 or something like that. They have convinced me, though, that the New York Yankees are pretty good at baseball. Their offense exploded today for a 10-0 victory over the Cleveland Guardians. And I know that Cleveland Guardians are, like, nothing to, like, write home about, but they actually have the third best offense.
Third best batting average.
In baseball right now. Like, just phenomenal. So then to put up a 0 on them, and then also to score 10 runs on them, like, that's pretty convincing.
Because the Yankees pitching right now is 3rd in baseball with an ERA of 2.57. That's scary because that's something part of their team that like we all think is bad, but it's really good.
But it's actually very, very good.
It's one of the best in baseball. It was one of the best in baseball last year. It's going to be one of the best in baseball this year.
And that 2.57 ERA, I don't even know if that includes Garrett Cole's last start.
No,
and
I don't think
probably includes him being crap.
Yeah.
And today he put up 6.2 shutout innings with 9 strikeouts. So like if they get him back doing good, Nestor Cortez continues to be elite.
Yeah.
This could be an actual team to
I know. Worrisome. Worrisome.
Number 4, we got the San Francisco Giants. We were sleeping on them a lot. We can no longer do it. 11-5.
Wow.
I don't really understand, man.
I don't know.
I mean, they have the second best pitching in
That's how they're getting it done.
So.
They continue to pitch. Their offense is still decent from what I've been hearing.
I think that a narrative that needs to start coming out right now is clearly the coaching staff over there and just the whole mentality of that clubhouse.
Yeah.
It has got to be one of the best in baseball because you look at the guys that they have, and that to me, somehow they put it together with a bunch of dudes that I don't think should be putting it together. And that speaks to the coaching. That speaks to the mentality that's over there. So,
Yeah, and they got, they are a very, very good team. And number 3, an even better team, is the Toronto Blue Jays, who are moving up 3 whole spots on this ranking.
I'm going to be honest, guys. Like, we weren't overtly convincing. And when you look at the pitching stats, when you look at, like, the batting stats, we're not super high. You know, we're not super high in either of them. But for me, what it comes down to is that we're winning the close games that we did not win last year. And we went 4-2 on the road against 2 really good squads. That is a statement right there. We were 1 inning away, 1 home run away from sweeping the Astros in Houston, right? Like, this is a really good ball club right now, and we're not even firing on all cylinders.
No.
I think that we're just going to get better and better.
Yeah, and we're injured too, right? T.O.'s out. Jansen's out. You know, we have Ryu's injured. I know Ryu's on anything, but he's injured. But what's really surprising and the biggest reason why we're winning these close ball games is our bullpen is severely improved. We have like a sub-3 ERA.
Yeah,
in the bullpen
they are
this year.
pretty phenomenal, right? And that's why we're kind of worried about overworking Romano, because we want to keep it the way it is right now.
Yes.
Like, we don't need these guys, like, come May, it's like, oh, everyone's so tired and we're falling apart. Because that's when we're going to start falling down these rankings and losing these close games. We need everybody to stay energized, ready to go.
Absolutely. And number 2, and I hate to say it, but it's the New York Mets. They continue to win. They jump 5 spots. What is their record right now?
Actually, I wrote down 11-5, but during this podcast, as we've been doing it, I got an update. They're now 12. They got 12 wins to their name.
Good.
They have the most wins in the major leagues right now. Wow. They're just a really good team, guys. And it feels like Lindor's coming back. He's back, figuring it out. It's like Alonso's really good. All of the people that we thought were going to be good last year are now good this year.
Yeah.
And they don't even have DeGrom yet.
They don't.
You know, so it's like once they get, probably the best pitcher in baseball back on their team, I don't know how we're going to be able to stop these dudes.
We'll have to see them in the World Series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's literally like just somebody else get them out.
Someone else take them out, please.
Somebody else get them out.
Well,
it could be these guys, though, because number 1 on the power rankings, the only team I think that has remained the same in this entire list is the LA Dodgers. They're doing what they are expected to do. They currently have the best pitching in baseball with a 2.24 ERA. Let me repeat that. 2.24 ERA as a team. That's stupidness. That's
dumb.
Just really dumb, right? And they are 10-4 on the season. They're gonna dominate. It's Dodgers,
ridiculous.
man. It's the Dodgers being the Dodgers.
They could be there all season long.
They have a whip under 1.
They have a whip under 1.
That's dumb.
Is that the only team?
I think
that's got to be the only team. Yep, that's the only team
with a whip under 1.
That's incredible.
Stupid.
They're going to be there all year, 10-4 record. Wow.
Yeah.
Go Dodgers, go, I guess.
For real. Dodgers are pretty good at baseball, as if you guys didn't already
know. Yeah.
But anyways, those are our power rankings. Blue Jays number 3. You love to see it. Granted, we do have a pretty tough week ahead once again, so we're going to need to keep putting up if we want to stay there. What do the Blue Jays have up on the schedule?
Well, looking ahead, guys, first let's remind everybody we're 10-6, so pretty good. But ahead, we're facing very similar opponents.
Yeah.
We're facing the Boston Red Sox for 4 games back in Toronto, and then the Houston Astros are also coming into town for 3 games on the weekend. Let's take a look at that Boston series. Boston are 7-9. They're 4th place in the AL East.
Right.
That's where I like them to be. Stay 4th place.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Monday, we have Jose Berrios versus Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi is by far their best pitcher.
Yes.
And then on Tuesday, we've got Kevin Gausman up against Nick Pivetta, who looked awful.
Awful. I really think that Pivetta's just a bad pitcher.
He's so bad. Yeah. Sorry, fellow Canadian, but you're bad.
Yeah.
Wednesday, we have Ross Stripling versus Waka. And then Thursday, Alek Manoah, the kid, up against, it's to be decided, but it looks like if they're going to pitch Whitlock, because that's kind of what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Whitlock is not bad. He has a 0.66 ERA, but... the name Whitlock, that doesn't threaten me.
It doesn't really fill me with fear or anything like that. What do you think we're gonna do in that series, bro?
It's a good question.
We are gonna be at home. I like that we're at home. I think that the pitching matchups are pretty polarizing, actually.
Right.
Where it's like there seems to be like 2 that are pretty much an advantage to them, and then 2 that are like very much an advantage to us.
Yeah, you're talking our Gausman and Manoah being our advantage.
Yes. And then I do believe like Eovaldi has just looked better than Berrios has this year.
Right.
And like Stripling, like. It's not like he's instilling me with a whole lot of confidence.
Right, yeah, Stripling's probably my least confident. I do like the bounce back that Berrios had against the Red Sox, going 6 innings and 1 inning pitch. I'm going to say we're going to go 3-1 and win this series at home. I do think we're going to win Gausman. That's a lock. Manoah, I think we're going to win that one as well. Not a lock, I'd say, but I'd say for sure.
Right.
Stripling, we're going to lose that one. And then Monday with Berrios, where we're going to that game, I'm going to say we're going to pull that one out because he had a great outing. He's back home. Yep, I'm saying Blue Jays going 3-1 in that series.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I want to say it. Something in me is saying that we're gonna go 2-2.
No, that's fair.
I don't know what it is, but I think that we're gonna go 2-2 on that series. Which I mean, it'll be fine. I wish that we'd go 3-1. I'd be happy if we do that. But I think that we're gonna go 2-2. I'm not sure.
Win the Thursday with Manoah and Gausman?
I don't know, actually. I don't know. I feel like one of them's gonna get knocked off. Actually, I don't know which one, but I feel like. One of them is due for like just an outing where it's like, that's just a bad start. It's like they weren't like the hits were falling, we're getting unlucky. I don't know if it's Manoah, I don't know if it's Gausman. I trust them completely, but I just feel like something's gonna happen here where we're like, shoot, like didn't see that one coming.
Right.
You know?
Okay, that's very fair. All right, let's look at the Houston series.
Yeah.
Houston 7-8 as the time of this recording. Obviously, this might change over the time. Friday, Kikuchi versus Garcia. We saw Garcia today and Kikuchi. That's the same matchup.
Yep.
And then Saturday, we got Berrios back versus Valdez, who is a 4.50 ERA. And then Sunday, we got Gausman versus Odorizzi, who's off to a horrible start.
Yeah,
with a 9 ERA.
Odorizzi's not doing very good at baseball right now, guys. I think that one for me is that's going to be a 2-1.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go 2-1 again, unless the Houston Astros are like severely pissed off that like we got 2-1 off them at home. I think that we're going to be able to get 2-1 off of them. I do think that Kikuchi's going to lose again.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I just don't have a lot of faith in Kikuchi right now.
I'm in the same boat. I think we're going to win Berrios, Gausman as well. Valdez 450. Garcia has a 460 ERA. We bumped up his ERA.
Yeah, we did at the end there.
You know, but I do think 2-1 is it's a safe bet for me, especially being at home.
Yes, yeah. So that means that you have us going 5-3.
5-2.
5-2.
You have us going 4-3.
I was going 4-3 this week.
Okay.
I'm good with either outcome, honestly. Like, pick up more wins than losses. That would be really nice for me.
If we get mine, we go 15-8. If we get yours, we go 14-9. Either way,
I'm taking either one of those.
That's an amazing start to the
I'll be pretty
season
good with all of those outcomes there.
And remember, we were saying like, if we go like even, like 500, maybe just above 500 in April, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Well, now it's looking like we got a chance to have an amazing
Now we could have a really good April, guys.
Right.
And that is important because after this week, we're going to get a lot easier schedule coming up. So that's going to be very good for those Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Last thing on the agenda for the Blue Jays Today show is obviously the time that you've all been waiting for. The time to spin the wheel.
The spinning fortune, baseball, colorful, future determining, stat analyzing, and it's a wheel that we spin every week.
It is, in fact, a wheel that we spin every single week.
Woo!
There's the wheel. We spun it last week. We're going to spin it this week, and we're probably going to spin it next week and the weeks following that too, dude.
Spinning it every week.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Tell the folks what happened in this past week to put us at 3-3.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, 3-3, guys. It was a tight one, actually, right until the end. The first category was runs. I picked Springer. You picked Bo. Bo had an abysmal week.
I don't think either of us will be picking Bo Bichette.
Nope, I ain't picking Bo. That's for sure.
Not going to be happening.
He got 2 runs, actually. Got a run today, but George got 2 more.
Right.
And that's 3 total for the week.
Yeah.
So George wins that one for me. I also had Springer again in the RBIs. You had Vlad. Springer had 2 RBI. No, he didn't have an RBI. Oh, that's my bad. I meant to do the run. He didn't have an RBI today. He has 1 RBI. Guerrero had 2 RBIs.
So just managed to get that
you
one
won that
off
one.
You. So, 1-1. But then the pitching matchup.
Pitching.
You had Manoah.
No, you had Manoah.
I had Manoah.
Yeah.
You had Gausman.
Yeah.
Gausman hit his ceiling this week. That was phenomenal.
For real. Like 8 innings, 1 earned run. Like, obviously, it's better than 6 and 2. But wow, what an incredible matchup it's been. It was very tight.
Very, very tight, guys. So it is now 3-3.
Ooh.
Very tight so far. It is Adam's week to spin the wheel, which means he'll get a first choice at a few of those there. Let's get the first spin going.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's see. What is it going to be?
We'll
what is
spin
it going to be?
Spin it. We spin it.
What do we have
Come
here?
on. Bonus player!
God damn it.
Woo!
God damn it.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So I always forget with the bonus player. Does that mean that you have to pick one first?
Sorry, guys. 1 second.
Oh, 1 second, guys.
I just clicked the wrong button. Analyzing. And
it's a wheel that we spin every week.
So I clicked the wrong button. All right. So what's your question?
My question was, I always forget when it gets to bonus player. Do you have to pick first this one, and
yes.
then
Oh wait, no. Do I have to pick first? Oh no, I get to choose whether if I want you to go first, then I pick the next 2.
Oh, okay. So you still have that capability.
I still have that option.
You
Yes.
still have that capability.
Yes.
All right. So this is for what the category is going to be.
Ooh.
Let's see. And
K batters. Okay. Also, I just want to explain it because someone asked, what does that mean? To David Pang, it means I get to pick 2 players because my week. So K batters.
K
Which batters are going to get the most strikeouts? And I think I know who I want to pick first.
Right,
I'm going to pick first.
Yeah.
I'm picking Bichette.
Yeah.
I'm picking Bichette.
Yeah, I understand that. That is a decent selection right there.
Let me just change this up here.
That is a pretty decent selection right there to acquire Bichette. That's pretty much the only category I think that he is going to be picked for.
Yeah.
So now I get to go next. So that's going to be Adam's first selection right there. If I want to win this category, I really have to pick somebody who's going to strike out a lot.
And also play a lot.
I feel like I know who it is. I feel like I know who it is.
I didn't record many. I only recorded Bo's strikeouts because
I know. I'm just like looking at the names. God damn it. There's a few guys in there. I think I'm going to go with Matt Chapman.
That was going to be my next one.
I think I'm going to have to go with Matt Chapman.
No, that's smart. He Ks a lot.
He strikes out a lot, and he will play every single day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Matt Chapman.
Who
do you want for the second player?
I might go... I honestly, like... I wish I recorded how many strikeouts Collins got. Because I'm between Collins and Tapia as my third or my second player.
Yeah.
Because they're going to play a lot. Lord doesn't really strike out that much. He's been getting better. Springer really doesn't strike out. Guerrero really doesn't strike out.
Shoot a flyer on one of them. Who's going to do it?
Let's do Tapia, because I think he gets more ABs and doesn't walk that much.
All right, Tapia.
Let's add him to the category.
Yeah, so that's the bonus player right there. If we do hit bonus player again, it does not count. We only get one bonus player on the week.
Yeah.
But it will be Chapman up against Bichette and Tapia.
Okay,
so
that's going to be competitive.
that is going to be competitive. I feel like you have it with Bo, but...
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he
like,
turns it on this week.
Literally, it could happen.
You never know.
Could happen.
All right.
Second category right here. Adam went first on the last one.
Base on balls.
Base on balls. The walks. The walks. Do you want to go first or do you want to go second?
I'm going to go first on this one. I'm going to pick Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Reasonable.
Right. Let me throw it up here.
Okay. You're going to pick Vlad. That's pretty good. Who the hell's going to walk? None of these losers walk. It's like I would pick Tio if Tio was healthy, but
right.
You know, I don't like Springer. I would pick Kirk if Kirk was in the lineup more.
Right.
But I don't think I can pick Lord. Like, he's not really a walk machine. He swings more.
Yeah.
I can't pick Chapman because I've already went and said that he's going to strike out a bunch.
Right.
I don't think that Espinal is the, like, no, you know, and like I think I have to go with George Springer here.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the only like reasonable
it's
option.
Tough.
You know,
it's tough. That's why I went first. I'm just like, there's no one.
It needs to be like I just have to hope that instead of getting a lot of hits this week, George Springer's gonna get a lot of walks. He's gonna get a lot of walks. Yeah, MLF. I think it has to be George Springer. That's really my only option there. So the last one, regardless of what it lands on, I am going to go first. I will get the first selection. We'll see what is it going to be. Last category. Give me something where there's a clear winner. A clear winner.
K per 9.
K per 9. Okay, so how does this work again? Have we are we including closers in this?
Yeah, you can pick relievers and
We're
stuff.
including closers in this, right? Yeah. Okay, because I do think that the most effective strategy is the closer one. Like that seemed to be working very, very well.
Yeah, our pitchers pretty much go even for the strikeouts.
Yeah, exactly. And like can't really be counting on Gausman to do that again, or Berrios to do that again.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough
one.
This is a tough one. God damn it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have to go. Jordan Romano here.
Yeah.
Let me just 1 second. Is that the right choice? Guys, is that the right choice? Is Romano the right choice? Help me out here. Somebody comment. Romano. Could be Simber, but I don't think Simber gets a lot of soft contact.
The people are saying Romano, Simber.
Yeah, I think Romano's got to be the one. I think Romano. I think I have to go Romano.
All right.
Paper 9.
I guess the other one would be Simber, but I don't know if he gets a lot of Ks.
He doesn't usually.
No, he doesn't really he gets soft contact.
I mean, he does strike people out occasionally. Like, it does happen, but, I mean, he's not quite the same strikeout machine as Jordan Romano is.
Jimmy, I don't know if Jimmy gets Ks either. Like, I haven't really noticed him get Ks. I was honestly thinking more like like Tim Meza or something. Like Tim Meza gets the K's. He likes the back foot sliders.
Right.
Oh, because I can't be picking Gausman. I can't be picking Phelps either. You know what? I think I might just take a shot here. I might just take Tim Meza.
All right. I mean, I don't think I ever would have expected Tim Meza to come up on the wheel.
No.
But there it is, guys. Tim Meza for K per 9.
Yeah. That's a category I really gotta look at more. Like, who's striking people out in our bullpen?
Yeah.
Because Romano is.
Romano definitely is. However, I mean, it is kind of questionable because maybe he's gonna have a bad week this coming week. I don't know.
You never know.
I have to hope that he bounces back and strikes a bunch of people out.
Right.
But yeah, that is the Blue Jays spinning wheel of fortune, colorful analyzing stat thing. I got Chapman, Springer, and Romano against Bichette and Tapia, Vladdy, and Meza. Interesting. This is going to be a close one, I think. Comment down below what you guys think. Who's going to win the week this week? Comment down below, honestly, your thoughts on everything that we talked about today. The Blue Jays' upcoming schedule, the Blue Jays' past schedule, Bo Bichette, is it a real problem? Everything that we have discussed along the lines of the show. We want to hear your thoughts and comments down below, guys.
That's right, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
And
Go Jays, go!